We'll start solving that. Okay, note down. Yes, copy down this problem. A synchronous motor is receiving 10 megawatt of power, 10 megawatt of power at 0.8 power factor, 0.8 power factor, lag at 6 kV, full stop. An LG fault takes place. At the middle point of the transmission line. As shown in the figure. First off, find the fault current. Full stop. The ratings of generator. Motor and transformer are as under. You copy down all the values. Generator 20 MVA, 11 kV. Reactances has been given. X1 is 0.2 per unit. Means X1, X2, X0 with respect to sequences. Positive sequence 0.2, negative sequence 0.1 and zero sequence is 0.1 per unit. Second one, transformer. You can see transformer 1, transformer 2 are existing. So T1 has been given 18 MVA and they have a star connection, star to star, 11.5 star, 34.5 star kV. And the reactance has been given 0.1 per unit. And take down about transmission line. Hope you can see that the transmission line where the represented. Write down X1 is equals to X2 is equals to 5 ohm and X0 is 10. Means both are equal. Positive, negative sequence, your value of reactance is sequence, you have a 10 ohm. So we have to concentrate here. Then go to the transformer 2, T2. Rating has been changed, that is 15 MVA. Windings has been given 6.9 star to 34.5 star kilovolt. And the reactance, I think primary and the second, the transformer 1 and transformer 2 reactances are common, 0.1 per unit. And the last one connected is motor. Motor rating is 15 MVA, 6.9 kV, and the reactances positive is 0.2 and the negative and zero sequence has been given 0.1 per unit. So each and every values are specifying how the sequential diagram can be moved on. So this is the diagram: generator, star with grounded, transformer, both the side primary and secondary star connection with grounding, means all are connected, means there is no open up the network. So all the time you have a closed continuation circuit. And they have specified an LG fault takes place at the middle of the transmission line. So this is your transmission line connected between transformer 1 and transformer 2. The LG fault is existed here. So we need to find out the fault current of F. So before going to that, what we have to do? We have to find out the new base value and new kV values on transmission line side and motor side as well as for the transformer. So once it is done, then we are going to segregate the sequence reactances which are existing, because first we need to write the sequences. What is the positive diagram, negative sequence diagram, and zero sequence diagram? Individually, you guys are calculating the fault current. So first, as per the problem, we have generator, transformer, and motor, and all are having a different ratings. One is 20 MVA, 18 MVA, 15 MVA, 15 MVA. So as per our knowledge from first module, we always prefer the first set which is existing, because it is not mandatory specified. Take this as a new value. So what we will do, you will take the base power of the entire system with respect to the first device which is connected here, that is a generator. So let's we write the MVA new, which is applicable to all the system. MVA, you can write it as MVA base value new is considered as, I'll take the first one, that is generator value 20 MVA. Is it fine? So it's your wish, you can take it on any of the system, but normally we prefer from the first side, we are considering it as 20 MVA, and that is under generator side. So from the figure, that is, we know that is of a generator side. Then base voltage on a generator. We need to find out base voltage. So what is the base voltage of a generator? In the problem, it is given it as 11 kV, right? Base voltage of generator as 11 kV, which is given in the problem. Okay. Next, we need to find out the base voltage of transmission line. So transmission line, we need to calculate, right? Base voltage of transmission line. I'll write it as TL, transmission line. So you can consider on LV side or HV side. So I will take here LV. So 11 into your transmission means base kV value is how much? It is 11 kV. You've taken 11 kV into your transformer ratio. What is the transformer ratio? HV by LV, because it is taken low voltage. So you have to take it in opposite direction, opposite ratio. That is high voltage by low voltage. So that is 34.5 divided by 11.5. Please, can you simplify and give me the answer? Because if it is 11, it could be cancelled, but it is 11.5. So you are going to get the different answer. Base voltage of a transmission line. Yes, Subramani, fast, because it is a lengthy problem. Guys, are you solving?
Yes, ma'am.
How much per? 11 into 34.5 divided by 11.5.
36, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Just check out 34.5 divided by 11.5 into 11, because my answer is different.
33, ma'am. Sorry.
Yes. 33 kilovolt. Okay. 33 kilovolt,
Yes,
this is under transmission line. So what is left out now? I need to find out the base voltage on motor side. So I'll write base voltage on motor side. M I'll write. So motor side, let us consider this transmission line output as 33 kV. So this is a HV side, right? HV side, I am getting 33 into your transformer ratio with respect to T2. T2 I need to take. So I have a HV here. So what you have to write? LV by HV. LV side means it is 6.9 divided by 34.5. So 6.9 divided by 34.5. Can you please simplify and give me the answer? 33 into 6.9 divided by 34.5. Point it is 34.5.
.6, ma'am.
Very good. It is 6.6 kV. 6.6 kV. Okay. So these are all acting as a base values, And we need to use these values for calculating all the sequences of a transformer, sequences of a generator, transmission line. Everywhere we are going to use this corresponding values. So everyone noted down this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just rub this and we'll go for the second calculation parameter. So that is sequence reactances of a generator. First starting with generator, no? I'll start with sequence reactances of generator because I need to find out positive, negative as well as zero sequence of my generator value. So we know that the reactances will be considered into your old value by new value. MVA, that formula I have to remember. MVA new divided by MVA old into KVA new divided by KVA old. So first one I'll consider X1 new. So X1 new, can you see the reactance value, how much it is given? It is 0.2. So 0.2 into MVA value. So you have to take the new MVA, how much it is? 20. And luckily, we are taking a generator same value, that is the old base value also, 20 itself. So 20 into 20 and KVA as you calculated it is 11 square by 11 square. 11 square and here also you have 11. So you can write it as 11 square. Can you please simplify and give me the answer how much it is? I think very simple calculation, everything get cancels and left out with 0.2 per unit. Is it 0.2 per unit? Okay, first one done. Second case. Second one is how much X2 is? X2 is 0.1 and remaining will be the same. So 0.1 here and again old MVA, new KVA, old KVA, everything get cancelled. You're going to get an answer for 0.1 per unit. And for the last case, for the zero sequence, X is not is equal to 0.1 and again same thing it will be cancelled and you're going to get the same answer as 0.1 per unit. So this is with respect to generator, sequence values or sequence reactances of a generator. 0.2 per unit, 0.1 per unit and 0.1 per unit. Fine. Okay. So have you taken this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next, what is next after generator? Transformer 1. So we'll calculate the reactances for your transformer 1. So here also same thing, you need to write X1, X2, X3, all these things. Can you observe here? They are not given any X1, X2, X3 value. Just directly they are given X is equals to 0.1. Means it says that your positive sequence, negative sequence, zero sequence, all are equal. So just for my sake, I'm just writing it as X1 is equals to X2 is equals to X0 is nothing but X is equals to, now you start the formula, X ohm value into MVA, all this thing, formula you write it, I'll just put the values. So X value, how much they are given, common value, they are given it as 0.1 into MVA new value. MVA new value is how much? It is 20 MVA. And MVA old value, what is the transformer old value? It is 18. So 18 into, so you people have calculated KV value, right? But what is the old KV existing on the LV side? So that because you can take any side, but their calculation is did it on LV side. So here also you prefer the LV side value. So it is 11.5 is a old KV V value, 11.5 whole square divided by, please can you tell me what is the value you got it while calculating the new base values? New base values of transformer? It is 11 kV, means it is on the generator side we are considering it is 11 kV. Can you simplify this and give me the answer? 0.1 into 20 divided by 18 into 11.5 whole square in divided by 11 whole square. Simplify and give me this answer. Yes.
And
Sharat, what is the answer?
0.12. One
Yes,
two
very good. 0.12 per unit.
per unit.
0.12 per unit. So this is with respect to transformer 1. So next to transformer, what do you have? We have a transmission line. So transmission line, can you observe something? Here also something speciality, that is x1, x2 is common and x0 is separate. So instead of calculating x1, x2, x3 individually, so we are reducing with one step because x1 is equals to x2. So you can write it as x12t. 12t is representing a transmission line. So what is the value they have given? So x value is 5 ohm into your new value is 20. And what is the transmission line MVA? We are calculating a different way, right? So MVA divided by KVB whole square. It is not same as the old formula because we are calculating a transmission line reactance. So X1 in ohm into MVB new divided by KVB whole square. KVB whole square on the secondary, which is calculated. Transmission line. Transmission line new value. Can you tell me how much it is? Is it 33? 33 whole square. So x into MVA divided by KVB whole square. So simplify this and give me the answer.
Point 091, ma'am.
Point
091.
91 or 92?
9182. It's round figure
9182. So you can make it as 92. So I'll write it as 0.092 per unit. Okay, we calculated for positive and negative sequence, but zero sequence is left out. Zero sequence x0 is equals to, they are given different value. X0 is given 10. 10 into 20 divided by 33 whole square. So 20 it is. 20 divided by 33 whole square. How much it is, Sharad?
0.184 per unit.
Yes, very good. 0.184 per unit. 184 per unit. So transmission line is over. So transformer 1 is over, transmission line is over. So what next we have? Again, we have a transformer 2. I think I'll make correction here only and write it as transformer 2. Here also same thing you can observe. Your x value is given. So it says that you have x1 is equal to x2 is equal to x0. Same thing. So we'll just substitute the values here. I'll just rub this and I'll substitute the value for transformer 2. Okay, what is that x1 value? That old value as per the problem, it is 0.1. So 0.1 and new MVA, and here it is 20. And old MVA of a transformer, it is given as 15. So new KV and old KV. Old KV we need to write it. Old KV again we are going for a LV side 6.9 whole square. And in the problem you can see what is the calculated value for a transformer 2. It is common thing you are going to take it on the motor side. So you can write that as 6.9 or 6.6 you got it. 6.6 right on the motor side KV value. Because this transformer is connected to motor side. Whatever the KV you are getting, that can be written. So 6.9 divided by 6.6 whole square. So can you simplify and give me the answer? Yes. What is the value? Subramani?
Ma'am?
How much is the answer?
And 0.146.
0.146 per unit. Very good. 0.146 per unit. Okay. So once you finish transformer 2, finally we left out with the last one, that is your motor. So motor, instead of going for all the three different calculation, 2 is enough because your positive sequence value they are given and negative and zero sequence given in a common term. So first we'll find out for motor 1, that is in terms of x1. So x1 is equals to, you can see the reactance value as given 0.2. New value is 20. Old value in the question it is given as 15. And old kV as per the problem it is 6.9. 6.9 whole square divided by, as per the motor calculation, you got it a kV value as 6.6 whole square. So simplify this and give me the answer. What will be the reactance in terms of x1?
Point 026, ma'am.
Point?
26.
Check out, check out. I think I written wrong. It is 0.2, no? Reactance x1. X1 is 0.2. 0.2 you multiply. 0.2
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is.
It's 0.2.
Mm,
0.29.
0.29. Very good. It's 0.29 is the correct answer. So similarly, do it for the another last case.
Yes, ma'am.
0.29, right? 0.29 per unit. 0.29 per unit. And the last case for remaining x2 and x0, your reactance is 0.1. I think here your answer will work out. Just see to it once. X2 is equals to x0 is equals to, what is the reactance? 0.1 into new is 20, old is 15 into, same thing, you're going to get it 6.9 whole square divided by 6.6 whole square. Yeah.
Got
Yes, how much it is?
0.145 per unit.
145 or 1455. Just see it. That rounded out. 145 exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
145 per unit.
Mm.
Okay. So now we finished. Somebody, can you mute yourself? I can find the background voices. So till now, we have just calculated all the sequence reactances of your generator, transformer, transmission line, again transformer 2 and a motor. Next part, we have to solve this problem individually considering all the sequences. So first I'm moving with writing a positive sequence diagram. Okay. So finished with this, all this reading? I don't know how many of you present for writing a sequence diagram. That is very important, which is done in the last chapter. So we'll see to it how to draw the sequences. It is very simple enough. We have a generator. Already you are familiar with writing a reactance diagram. I don't think so you'll feel difficulty. Same thing. One generator. Generator means what? You'll have a source and a winding. So we'll write so winding with the source represent a generator. Next, what you have? Transformer. Transformer is represented with winding. Fine. So let us think this is T1. And one more thing, transmission line, normally we used to write only one winding representation. But here we have a twist that before fault, after fault, your transmission line values will be differ. So that I'm splitting this as a two cases. So I'll write one transformer into transmission line as two split ups because of a fault condition. Again, you guys are having a transformer, and next you have a motor. Motor is represented with winding with the source. So that will be connected back. So to make the clarity, I am writing the fault section here. And this is the existence of a fault. And here you guys are going to calculate the Thevenin's voltage. So now what we have to do, we need to substitute the values of sequence reactances calculated. So this is with respect to generator, and this diagram with respect to motor. So can you start telling the values with respect to each cases? Generator reactives for positive case. Positive means wherever you have a x1 value, that you have to tell me. First one. Generator positive sequence. Please, can you go back and tell me the answer? X1 value. That is J point 0.2. Yes, it's correct. Then come to the part of transformer 1. Transformer 1, X1, X2, X0, all are common value. So no need to take tension. So write directly it as 0.12. Then come to the part of a transmission line. Before and after, we have not done any calculation, but here it was given for X1, X2, X0. So we'll repeat the same answer, that is J is equals to 0. Sorry. Please guys, can you divide this answer and tell me 0.146 by 2? 0.146 by 2. Just a minute. So the value of transmission line is given as 0.092 at X1, X2 combination, and X0 is given 0.184. Means we need to consider the positive sequence, that is X1. So X1 is given as 0.092. I'll just do the calculation just a minute. 0.092 divided by 2. Yes. So X1, X2 value has been given 0.092, and we are splitting up it equally, and you are getting an answer of 0.046. Because we calculated directly as X1, X2, it is 0.092, but to differentiate the fault under LG, so we have divided this and we are written it as J.462 on both the side. Okay. Next we have a transformer 2. Transformer 2 is how much? 0.146. And the motor positive sequence X1 is given as a value of J.29, and this is a motor representation. So now we guys are ready with a positive sequence diagram. Any doubts here? Positive sequence diagram writing, or you can write it as a positive sequence impedance network. Positive sequence in impedance network, PSN. Copy down this. Finished? Okay, next you write on the heading, we need to find out VTH. That is the main agenda for positive sequence network. Same, yeah, following the procedure for negative as well as the zero also. So first one we'll consider the fault calculation with respect to voltage. So I'll write this as VTH calculation. So before calculating VTH, what I want the current drawn by the motor, because in the question it is given the synchronous motor is receiving 10 megawatt of power at power 0.8 power factor, lag at 6 kV. So I need to find out the base value, means current drawn by the motor. So I'll just write this as I by means V divided by root 3 into P. So P divided by root 3 into V. So how much is the power? Power is given 10 mega. I'll write 10 into 10 to the power of 6. 10 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by, as usual, you are doing the base calculation, root 3 into, they given the kV value. So that is 6 kV, 6 into 10 to the power of 3 into power factor as 0.8. So with respect to an angle also you have to specify, that is minus cos inverse of 0.8. Can you please do the simplification of this? 10 divided by 10 to the power of 6 divided by root 3 into 6 into 10 to the power of 3 into 0.8, how much? Can you tell me the motor drawn current here? Cos inverse of 0.8 is how much? Cos inverse of 0.8. Do it fast.
36.86 now.
36.86.
86.
Okay. That number simplification, 10 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by root 3 into 6 into 10 to the power of 3 into 0.8. $1,200 not 2.8. $1,200 not 2.8, and as per your answer that is minus 36.86 or 87 degree. Okay, so this is just a current drawn by the motor, but I want to know base current of the motor. I'll just rub this complete diagram. Please, you guys has to answer for the remaining. Okay, we'll calculate the base current of a motor. So base current is equals to what? New MVA value. New MVA we have considered as 20 into 10 to the power of 6. 20 MVA, right? Divided by root 3 into calculated kV value of a motor. New wave value 6.6 into 10 to the power of 3. So can you simplify this? New base value of a base current of a motor. 20 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by root 3 into 6.6 into 10 to the power of 3. Yes, Subramani, how much is the answer?
I'm doing, ma'am, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Ma'am, that's 20 into what, ma'am?
10 to the power of 6.
Okay.
20 MVA, right? New MVA.
Yes, yes.
20 MVA.
$7.62, ma'am.
See to it once. See to it. That's not correct answer. 20 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by root 3 into 6.6 into 10 to the power of 3. Just check out once.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, 1749.5.
1749.54.
Yeah, correct. 17 means 1749.55 amps. 55 amps, I've just write. Okay, so this is a base current in the motor. But when you want to solve these problems, this should be in a per unit. So per unit, how you can calculate the motor current? So first is you're going to write the motor drawn current, initial motor drawn current, and motor current, the base with respect to base value. So last class IM, you guys have calculated it as 1202.8. So at an angle of minus 36.86 degree, 86 or 87 divided by. So currently you guys are getting an answer called 1749.55. So can you please simplify this? 55, no. Yeah, simplify this. You're going to get the motor current in terms of per unit.
Ma'am, 0.687 at the angle of minus 36.87.
0.687 at an angle of minus. Yeah, correct answer.
36.87.
0.687 at an angle of, because angle we are not having any other. So you'll get direct answer minus 36.87. I hope so. Okay. So now we got per unit value of a motor current IM. So one is done in terms of per unit. Next, we need to calculate VM, because VM is also important to calculate in terms of per unit. So from the problem, it is given kV, that is 0.8 power factor lag at 6 kV. So 6 kV is from the motor. And as you calculate the base value of a motor, it is 6.6 kV. Can you simplify this and give me the answer?
Go. 0.909, ma'am.
0.909. Very good. 0.909 is the VM answer. Very good. Just write it as 0.909 at an angle of 0 degree. So we got per unit values of motor current and the per unit voltage of motor. So 0.687 and 0.909. But we need to find out the volt at the fault point, because this is the fault point, right? Midpoint. So considering the block diagram, we have to write what is VTH. So just a minute, I'll rub this. So VTH with respect to the fault condition can be written as VM, means base value, that is, sorry, per unit value, what you calculate, VM plus IM into ZFM. So as for the problem itself, we are going to write it. You have written the block, right? So it is like this with the division VTH. So I have a voltage value and current flowing through, that is I into Z. So we are writing it as VM into IM into ZFM. Can you please do the substitution of this VM, IM and ZF values? Can you do that? What do you substitute under VM? VM is already available. It is 0.909 at an angle of 0. Then IM into ZF. ZF is not calculated yet. So ZF is you have to calculate for all the Z values available. 0.2 plus 0.12 plus 0.046 plus 0.046 plus 0.146 and 0.19. So here ZFM. ZFM is with respect to the second line, means this transmission line and transformer. So please can you do the calculation of it? ZFM 0.046, because you're calculating a Thevenin's voltage, right? 0.046 plus 0.146. So you're getting answer 192 at an angle of 90 degree. You're assuming it as a 90 degree. So can you write that value?
182.182.
180 or 190? 190 or 180?
180.
180.
180. Just take out 192, no. 0.046 plus 0.146.
Yes, ma'am.
192. 0.909 plus IM, how much you got? 0.687 at an angle of something. 687 at an angle of minus 36 degree. 36.87 into total sum 0.046 plus 0.0146. It is 0.192. See to it once. 0.192 at an angle of 90 degree. So now you do the substitution and tell me what is the VTH value. So first your second case is multiply that, then convert it to rectangular, then again add it. Finally, you keep it in a polar form only. Do the simplification. I think still we need a half an hour time for solving the complete problem. Guys, you solve this portion and tomorrow class will continue and finish it off this problem. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have a number of same kind. Go through this once again, prepare and come, so that tomorrow we'll solve one more problem, which is very important for your internals as well as for the exam.
Okay.
Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Just I think only 2 are there for the whole class. Fine. Okay, but thank you.